By 2022, BYJU'S reached a valuation of 1.8 lakh crore rupees. With Mark Zuckerberg as an investor and Shah Rukh Khan as the face of the brand, the company achieved a level of mainstream dominance few Indian startups have ever seen. Today, the company is bankrupt. Its founder is currently defending a fraud case in an American court. The collapse evaporated billions of dollars and broke the trust of an entire ecosystem of parents, investors, and teachers. The human cost is measurable. 85,000 people lost their livelihoods, and millions of students who paid for premium courses are now left with subscriptions that no longer work. This fallout is measured in the ruined financial stability of working-class households across India. For years, BYJU'S convinced global investors and the Indian government that it was single-handedly building the future of learning. That mission of education served as a shield, allowing the company to build a structure that looked less like a school and more like a financial machine. BYJU Raveendran grew up in Alikode, which is a small village in Kerala. The son of two school teachers, he had no connections to high-level venture capital. His rise began with a genuine talent for teaching. In 2003, he scored a perfect 100 percentile on the TAT exam. He began helping friends prepare as a hobby, but his methods were so effective that by 2009, he was packing auditoriums with 1,200 students. The fact that BYJU'S started with a teacher who knew how to make learning feel alive makes the final outcome far more significant. In 2011, he launched the app. It promised to democratize access to quality education, offering video lessons to children in rural villages who could never afford coaching in big cities. By 2018, the app had 15 million users. When the pandemic hit in 2020 and schools closed, that number surged to 100 million. But even as the user base grew, a question remained. How does a company that gives away a free app justify a valuation of 1.8 lakh crore rupees? The free app was a lead generation tool. Once in the system, agents pushed expensive tablet courses. These high-ticket sales were converted into heavy debt structures, targeting families who believed it was an investment in their child's future. Parents reported that sales agents would sit in their homes for hours, refusing to leave until a contract was signed. Some families were told the course was entirely a free trial, only to discover the heavy EMI loans hidden in the fine print later. BYJU'S had shifted away from education, becoming a high-pressure debt broker targeting India's most vulnerable demographic. As the debt mounted, the company's internal governance vanished. BYJU'S operated without a chief financial officer for 18 months, and its 2022 financial accounts were filed a full year late. In 2023, their auditor, Deloitte, resigned, citing unexplained delays and a lack of transparency in the reporting. The world's highest-valued Edtech company had become a financial black box. In 2023, an investigation into $1.2 billion raised from American investors revealed that a massive portion of the funds never reached the business. Investigators found that $533 million was moved from an American entity called BYJU'S Alpha directly into a hedge fund in Miami. The founder maintains the money was invested legally and has filed his own counter-lawsuits. But for now, $500 million intended for Indian education is missing from the company's accounts. While lawyers argue over empty accounts in Miami, families in India are left with tablets that don't work and courses they can no longer access. The company is effectively gone, but the predatory bank loans taken out by parents remain active. BYJU'S managed to secure the backing of firms like Sequoia and JP Morgan because their growth metrics were consistently climbing. In the startup world, rapid growth often masks a lack of corporate oversight. When the pandemic ended and schools reopened, that growth stalled. Without new users, the lack of profits and sustainable planning became impossible to hide. BYJU'S valuation built entirely on the belief that tomorrow would be bigger than today. Its most honest legacy is not a revolution in learning, but instead it is millions of uncancelled EMIs.